All right, time now for Kara's Cures. Did you know anxiety is the most commonly diagnosed mental health condition?
Yeah, and when it comes to treatment, it can be so hard to know what's best. So here we're sharing some holistic options that everyone can use, and Dr. Jennifer Stagg is here to guide us. Thank you so much for being with us.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So this is all over the counter. We can get this stuff.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
All natural, no prescriptions required.
But it is physician grade, and just to let people know, like, as a naturopathic doctor, you guys are the only ones who go to med school to really learn about prevention and kind of healing balance in the body. So not that you can't go to the regular doc, but if for whatever reason, sometimes these medications aren't working or people don't want to take an antidepressant.
Right, exactly. So yeah, I mean, a lot of people will try conventional approaches with medication, and that can work really well. Depends on what is really going on with them. But there's a lot of failures also with medication,
Yeah,
right?
they
And
said up
people
to
are
50%.
Yeah, so people are looking for other alternatives, and there are published studies that show, you know, a treatment-resistant depression or anxiety can respond to specific nutrient supplements.
So we've got like, okay, so especially, and I want to talk about not only for us moms, but our teens are really struggling, and we know that sometimes can be difficult. SSRIs don't always work as well with teens. So starting out, what would be your first line of defense if someone's really struggling with that anxiety, those constant worries, just not feeling great?
Yeah, so if it's more sort of a mild anxiety and there's a stress component along with it, a lot of times some of the first places to start would be something like magnesium. Like magnesium is nice for mild stress sort of profile. The next thing I would probably think about is certainly like testing them to see if they have any sort of nutrient deficiencies, vitamin D, all that sort of stuff, omega-3s.
What is that? Is that a blood test?
Yep, so blood testing to check for, you know, various micronutrients, and if anything is off there, supplementing those can be helpful.
So like I did my blood test with Dr. Stagg and I was low on B12, and so now I need to take B12, which I think, I don't know if it affects anxiety, but it affects metabolism. So I was like, give me some B12. But a lot of us, we don't know. These aren't traditional tests we're going to get from our regular doc unless we really ask for them.
Right, because you can actually test the omega-3s, like fish oil type oils in your bloodstream and see where you are in that. And research has shown that that can help for mild anxiety as well. But if we're going to start thinking about beyond vitamins and minerals, then I would maybe think about ashwagandha, which a lot of people have heard of now, and that's a really nice supplement for mild sort of stress profile anxiety.
Ashwagandha.
Right here, right?
Yep.
And then, so you sell all of these, this is kava. Okay, so there's kava, ashwagandha, and then something else here. So these are all herbal medicines, hemp oil. Okay, so those are herbal medicines that can just help calm us down so we're not feeling so...
Right, exactly, and they have been shown to help with anxiety, so clinical studies showing to help with more sort of mild anxiety. If it's a little like up a level, then probably my favorite thing to use is this product called Lavella, which the active ingredient in there is a really specialized lavender extract called Selexin, and that's been the subject of multiple clinical studies, and it has been compared to treatment with lorazepam, so a pretty strong like Ativan medication for anxiety, performed equally without the sedative type effects and adverse effects.
Now, these are approved for kids and adults as well?
Well, so some of these are studied in like teenage populations, sometimes for like specific things for kids, like inositol has actually been studied for kids with tic disorder and anxiety. It's shown to be effective. Lavella hasn't necessarily, which is the
Because this is a lavender oil,
supplement.
and I think you told me, especially with hormones, you have to be careful with lavender, maybe?
Well, the only issue there was with boys. There was some question of whether lavender, not this specific supplement, but whether lavender caused gynecomastia, which is like breast tissue. But this specifically has not been shown to do that.
Ideally, you're the founder of Whole Health in Farmington, so whether you go to you or another local naturopath, the point is there are some options, but you might want to start with taking a good magnesium. We're going to we don't have a lot of time here, but we're going to take a deeper dive on the Kara's Cures podcast and TV show to see, you know, you might want to try some of these things before or during. Sometimes you can do them, some of these you can do with your medication.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of people will come in on medication, and then we might add on specific things that we know are safe with whichever medication they're taking.
That's wonderful. Well, we can't thank you enough for being on the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
All right. Well, that was a great day at 3 for this Monday, June 3rd. We hope you'll tune in tomorrow, June 4th.
Yes, and Eyewitness News at 4 is next, so I hope you'll join me there. Have a great day.
I heard you do that show.
I do that.
That's really good.